everyone, welcome back to a new video. In this video I am going to be doing like a vintage flower nail. I'm going to be using these dried flowers from Nail Sugar and some petals from Dawny Bee Gems. I'm also going to be using, what was the colour? Porcelain Pearl from Glam and Glitz, which is really nice nude colour. Oh, it's lovely. I think it quite possibly is, I want to say my new favourite, but there's so many colours they do that are amazing, so I'm not gonna commit to this actually, but it is a really nice colour. So I honestly didn't know what I was going to do when I started this nail. I didn't like it in the end, but I thought I would still pop it up because even though I didn't like it, some other people might like it, and you know, it's a nail after all. So what I'm doing is covering the nail in a thin coat of porcelain pearl. It's got a really nice little shimmer to it as well. So I'm going to take these petals, the lighter green. I wanted these to act like leaves, even though they're not leaves, they're petals, but I wanted to use them as leaves. I wish I'd gone for the slightly darker ones now, but never mind. What's done is done. So you have to be quite delicate with these because they do break quite easily. I broke one in half by accident. So I'm going to be using my Acrylic base to adhere the leaves, not that they're leaves, they're petals, and the little flowers to the nail. Someone said about soaking them in monomer to get them to lay flat, but I thought I would just do it this way. I was worried that the colour, actually I don't know that they would because they, oh, just ignore me. So what I'm going to do is place the petal, the petal, I was going to say it's not a petal, it's a leaf, but it's not a leaf, it's a petal. I'm going to place it onto where I put the Acrylic base and just pat it down. And then I'm just going to put the next one on. So I'm going to put these in like a circle. So these are going to be the outside of the bunch of flowers. I'm going to call them a bunch of flowers, even though they're not a bunch of flowers. But they kind of would be a bunch of flowers because I am sticking a bunch of flowers together even though they are dry. So dried or not, they're still flowers. So you can see I've put 4 petals on here, like in a circle, not a circle, I don't know. Anyway, right, I'm going to pop a bunch of these dried flowers in the middle of the other petals that are pretend leaves. Again, I'm going to pop them on with Acrylic base. I'm going to put the big one on first because I want to put the little ones over the top of the big one. Now you do have to be very careful with this. Make sure you don't put too much glue on. Otherwise you'll see in a minute, if you use your finger to push the flower down, you'll have a flower stuck to your finger, which is very silly. So we're just going to place this one here and stick it to our finger like an idiot. Then I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get it off without pulling one of the little petals off, and I did have success. I got it off, but I was like, no, use the tweezers, use the tweezers. There we go. Just tucking the edge in. There we go. Now I'm going to put the other one on, just about there. So I'm going to pop that on with the tweezers once more. I was like, oh, so tempted to push it on with my thumb. And I was like, no, learn from your mistake. Oh, I just done it. What? Oh, gosh. That was very daring of me. So anyway, right, that's done now. And then I was like, what else can we put on this nail? And I was like, oh, a bit of glitter. Oh, I'm just snipping off the excess petals from the side because we don't need those on there. Right, I thought Nail Sugar's Jaded, this is the chunky Jaded. Karen does a fine Jaded or the chunky mix, which has got like chunky bits and little smaller bits and stuff. So I thought this would be quite nice to put on because I was kind of hoping it would match the colour of the petals, even though the petals are lighter, but they're still green. They don't really match, only that they're both green. Oh my gosh, I am waffling. So I'm putting this glitter on to the nail in a curved line. So I'm going to curl it around the flower. Then I'm going to put a little bit up in that corner so it looks like the glitter has curled around the back of the flowers. Even though it hasn't, you see what I did there? So now I am going to cap it in clear acrylic. And then once the acrylic has set, I, as usual, will go ahead and file and buff it. So now I was like, oh, does it need something else? And I was like, yes, it needs crystals. So we've got flowers, we've got glitter, we need some crystals. So I've got these, I can't remember what they're called on the website. I think they might be called light green crystals, I'm not sure. But these are premium cut crystals from Nail Sugar. And you get them in sizes from, I think, SS3 to SS16. And I can't remember how many you get in a bag, but I put mine in a pot. I've just popped some on the glitter tray so I'm able to pick out the sizes that I want more easily, and I'm using my wax pencil to pick them up and place them onto the nail, which I have put some Chiaroscuro base on. I love this stuff. You probably know that by now, and I put a little bit too much on that blob there. So I put some crystals in the corner, and then I'm going to put a trail of crystals going down the center of the glitter. Now usually I would say to you, don't bung a load of Chiaroscuro base on all at once like I just did then. I don't know why I'd done it. It's easier if you put just little blobs where you know you definitely want a crystal, like do a couple of crystals at a time. Then if you change your mind, you won't be left with like all that resin on your nail. But luckily I didn't change my mind, so there we go. So I'm just going to put a little bit more down the bottom. So I am tapering out the sizes of crystal as I go down and up the nail. And then I thought I'd put a little couple of 2 or 3 up in that corner as well. Boop. Boop. One for luck. A little bit too much Chiaroscuro base there, and we're done. So I always make sure I put my crystals back in the pot and do the lid up because I have a habit of knocking things over. So I'm going in now with my CBD tempered top coat, and I'm going to top coat the whole nail, making sure I butt the brush up to the edge of the crystals but not over them because they will lose their shine. Why did I say it like that? I don't know, I just did. There we go. So I don't know what I don't like about this nail. I'm just not totally taken with it. It's kind of nice. I'm going to cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then this is the finished nail. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!